Good afternoon, fellow Americans. My name is John McClinton. I'm a minister in the city of Pomona, California. I come to draw your attention to a very pressing problem. It's kind of sleeping now because there's a lot of distractions in the news. There's politics, opposing politics. We have a new president completing the first 100 days. There's talk of Russians and investigations and Syrians and missile strikes and all these different distractions, and people are arguing and fighting about it, and they can't figure out what to do, and people are hating each other because of their political views. Well, all that is alarming, and it's really a problem, and we need to fix it, to tell you the truth. And I have a way, but really it's about fixing a more pressing problem, a more personal thing, which will affect possibly your community. It could affect your neighbor, your uncle, your dad, your mom, your sister, your community. If it hasn't touched you yet, you're very fortunate. But some people are really grieving and exercised by this, and it's a big problem. What I'm talking about is the deteriorating relationships between the police and the communities they serve in, and the citizens of communities. The solution is the body cameras and the dash cameras that are issued or available to all the police departments. Upwards of 97%, 95%, something like 96 or 97% have agreed to use the cameras, and they're getting them. They're being issued. It's already paid for. Federal government has paid for it. And like I said, over 95% of police departments have agreed to use it. What I find is statistics show that less than 5%, it's like 4% of police departments in the US are using the cameras most effectively. That's every engagement with the population. We find that this is proven. This is not in question. This is not in doubt. This is facts, a statistical fact. If you want to check it, look at the documents. I have documents posted in the group that I'll tell you about. Violence and complaints are reduced by 36%. What this means is that more than 3 out of every 10 citizens currently dying at the hands of police, and that number will include also the police that are also being killed. It's violence both directions. Can be saved immediately just by turning on the cameras. Okay, now, like I said, less than 4% of police departments are using it. Now, that number is ridiculous. If we know that it saves lives, why do we not do it across the board? Okay, there's different reasons. There's different arguments. There's different, people say different things. None of it is relevant. Only the fact that we need it done. The police departments and the governments are looking for solutions from the community. I'm a community leader. There are more than 20 ministers behind me, and hundreds of Americans have already agreed. They see what we need to do, because I've been telling them, and my friends have been telling them. I have some very smart, very capable people, educators, ex-military, ex-police, and they see it. They understand the need for transparency and the need to cause that to happen more and more. We just need to spread the solution, and more lives will be saved. What's going on right now is that legislation, I'm telling you this, as I'm recording this, legislation is being enacted that will allow police departments to refuse to deliver the footage, refuse to release it to the courts, to the people. No one will see it but them. I don't know how this will reduce tensions, how this will help anyone, but I tend to think that it's not the right way to go. So what I'm telling you is that if we don't do anything, as we by and large are doing now, which is nothing, we don't have a coherent solution, the problem will get worse. More people will die. More people will be beaten, more complaints. The citizens will boil over in rage and frustration, and they're going to target the police more. More police will die. More difficult communications, more difficult interactions. If we do nothing, the problem will get worse. It won't fix itself. We have to fix it. It's not someone else's job. It's not your neighbor's job. It's not the person down the street. It's your job. It's our job. We can fix it. If we don't, nobody will. It's time to come out of the pews if you're, a spiritual person. Come out of the temple, and enact the things that the preacher, the imam's been telling you. Whatever. If you're a psychologist, if you're a person of reason, then you can see this. We have to enact the good neighbor policy. We have to help our fellow citizens. If we tell the police departments that we want them to turn on the cameras, they'll do it. That's the only way that they're going to do it. So I'm asking you to stand. I'm asking you to be responsible citizens. I'm asking you to do what our parents and grandparents had to do a generation ago, and more. That is to stand up, take our responsibility as citizen, and turn things in the direction we needed to go in order to save lives, in order to move forward as a society. We have to move forward. We can't stay in the same place. We have to move forward as quickly as possible. Please, I ask you to click the link. You're going to find links in this attached to this video. One of them is a petition that will cause this to attach. It will cause this to enact. Cameras will turn on. If we just get enough signatures. There's already hundreds and hundreds of Americans from every walk of life, every demographic: Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals, independents, brown people, black people, white people, yellow people, all of us. Every demographic is represented. We just need to expand it. I ask you to go further, to join Americans United for Equality. This is the King's Dream movement. And there are other problems that need to be addressed, but this is the first step. We need to save these lives right away. Save the lives right away. And then we can fix other social problems that the people are complaining about. There's only us to do it. Reform the education, because we know the education system needs help. But first, to saving these lives, please stand. Please stand. Join Americans United for Equality. Good afternoon, folks.